Hi everybody, so glad you're here today. It's Colleen from RaisingLifelongLearners.com, and I'm joining in with some other bloggers today from the Homeschool Network to talk about our must-have homeschool items. Now, most of you know, if you followed my blog for any amount of time, that I have a background in gifted education, and I am currently homeschooling my own gifted kids. Trevor is 10, Molly is 6, Logan is 4, and I have a baby Isaac who is 8 months old. And we're still waiting to see how Logan and Isaac start to shape up. But Trevor and Molly are definitely ahead of the curve and keep me challenged and moving and wondering what's going to happen next all the time. When I thought about my must-have homeschool items, I kind of reflected on the last couple of years of homeschooling for us and realized that my must-have item really isn't an item. If you're homeschooling gifted kids, one of the things that you know more than anybody else is that they change. Their needs change, their interests change, their attitudes change, just like most kids. But gifted kids can be a little bit more intense in all of those things, and they change in the blink of an eye. Your kid might be hyper-focused on one thing, a subject like, say, the solar system, for several weeks, and then one day he doesn't want to read or learn or watch another video or do anything about the solar system again. He's convinced he knows all about it, and he is on to the next interest. And so when thinking about that and all the times we've changed in the last 4 years and all the curriculums that I thought were a good fit, and after trying them out for a while and really cruising with them, hit a brick wall and had to throw them out because they were bringing tears on my end and my kids' end, I realized that the most important thing you can have in order to homeschool your gifted kids successfully and with as few tears on both your end and theirs as possible is flexibility. Now, I know it's not a thing, but it really is one of those traits that we often forget. When you're dealing with gifted kids, you're dealing with kids who have intense emotional needs. They can be highly empathetic or they can be completely and totally non-empathetic. They can be hyper-focused on a subject, a topic, a current event, a state of the world, and don't want to talk about anything else. And then they can throw that out the window and not want to talk about that anymore. They can be incredibly into math and eating up all sorts of topics, going into higher algebra and linear and nonlinear thinking well past their age. And then the next day they don't want to open a math book, or they don't want to open a math book for a long period of time. And one of the things I've learned is to try to ride the wave that they're currently on. Right now, my kids are super duper interested in art. About a year ago, I couldn't get Trevor in particular to pick up a crayon, a colored pencil, a paint, a chalk pastel, which is what we're interested in right now, or anything else. He was convinced he was going to be a failure at it. He was convinced it wasn't going to look like what he wanted it to, and he just didn't want to try it. And so I didn't push it. The first 3 years of our homeschooling, we did no art. We did arts and crafts with the girls, but Trevor always opted out of it. And now he is very, very into it. We started doing chalk pastels with Trisha Hodges from Hodgepodge and her art tutorials, and it has just really sparked the creativity, the imagination in all of my kids, in particular Trevor, who, like I said, was very anti-art. And so almost every day for the last several weeks, we've been picking up the pastels. We've been scouring the internet and the Hodgepodge site for different tutorials. We've been looking through the ebooks that I downloaded from Hodgepodge already, and we've been doing art every day. Since we've been doing art every day, we haven't cracked our Mystery of History book. We have been in Mystery of History Volume 1. I am slightly embarrassed to say, since we started homeschooling when Trevor was in 1st grade. Trevor is currently chronologically in 5th grade, so it's been 4 years that we've been working on Volume 1 of Mystery of History. a volume that's designed to take a year, maybe two. So the flexibility in that is to be able to run with what your children are interested in. Mine are sometimes interested in a topic that comes up in their history, and we just stick with that topic. When we hit ancient Egypt and mystery of history, it's 1 or 2 lessons in the book, and we spent about 3 months on it. We studied it, and my kids, that was last year, my kids are still interested in it. We'll be doing an art project related to that coming up soon. You can watch for it on the blog. And they are still reading books. They are still wrapping their dolls in toilet paper and offering them to the gods with toy food and toy jewels to make sure they have everything that they need in the afterlife. They're acting out through play the things that they've learned, and it doesn't really matter to me that we're not even past the first semester in Mystery of History, though we've been doing it for about 4 years. When you're homeschooling gifted kids, the most important thing you can hang on to is a sense of flexibility, because it's going to encourage you, it's going to remind you that these kids are bright and your outcomes don't necessarily matter as much as riding their interests. They will blow you away with the things that they discover and the things that they find out if you have the courage and the heart to stay flexible and ride whatever topics they're interested in. So hang on to that flexibility, keep your spirits up, keep a sense of humor about you, because you definitely need that. And join us every Monday at RaisingLifelongLearners.com when we talk about gifted kids at home and the specific challenges that presents for parents and for siblings. Thanks a lot. Please leave in the comments any of the things that you feel you must have when you're homeschooling your gifted kids. I would love to hear some of your takes on the topic, and your comments are always welcome. I love communicating and interacting with my audience and my readers, because really I wouldn't have a blog without you. So thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by every week, and have a great, great day. Enjoy your kids. Really, really enjoy your kids.